accident that you don't have time to escape.
Breaking news right now in southern Utah.
Massive boulder breaks free from a mountainside and crushes a home, killing 2 people inside.
Sound like an earthquake. A lot of vibration, cloud of dust. Very hard to see. Looked like ground zero.
Now, you've seen the video there. Witnesses say the boulder is the size of a semi-truck and completely destroyed this house in Rockville, a small town just outside of Zion National Park. Now, police got the call just before 5 o'clock. This home used to be a 2-story log cabin. Well, tonight, it is barely recognizable. Authorities found 2 people inside. As mentioned, they did not survive.
Obviously, the large boulder's done a lot of damage to the house. Get some heavy equipment in and try and move some debris and secure the scene.
All right, now as for the rocks, officials are worried that other rocks may be ready to fall as well. Photojournalist Stace Hall has spent the night at the scene and joins us on the phone right now. Stace, what does it look like at this point down there?
Well, Mike, it's hard to imagine the magnitude of impact that struck the home in Rockville off SR9 this evening. The structure is not even distinguishable as once having 2 floors. Officials told me the main rock that came loose was the size of a tractor trailer. It fractured at the top, crushing everything in its path. There were also some concerns throughout the evening, as you mentioned, of possibilities of a second slide taking place. Springdale Police Chief Kurt Wright said recent frigid temperatures and freezing patterns are to blame. Well, neighbors were given the option to clear the area while the scene was being secured, but surrounding homes remained dark, the scene very somber tonight. Wright described the victims as being well-known and well-liked, that it's, of course, been so difficult to watch Rockville residents walk up to the area and burst into tears.
Hey, Stace, real quickly here while we have you on the phone. I mean, it's hard to imagine as you see this video here. What's next? What are people going to do now as far as authorities, officials down there? What is their plan next?
The plan throughout the evening, Chief Wright said, is to continue to monitor the area, but because of the frigid temperatures, all the snow in the area, there's really no chance of removing the victims' bodies until the morning. They just have to simply wait it out.
All right, Stace Hall live for us this evening in Rockville. Stace, thank you very much.
Falling rocks have been a big fear for folks there in Rockville for years, as large boulders have been crashing down for decades.
Yeah, in 2002, another large rock crushed a home. No one was injured there. Then just a few years ago, rocks started tumbling again. This was the area in 2010 when KSL crews were on the scene. A large boulder came tumbling down the mountain, and luckily before it collided with the home, it hit another large rock and broke apart.
We knew someday that would probably save our lives, and it actually did.
Everything seemed to explode and the dust came up. We noticed this big rock right here. It's the one that saved the house.
One piece did hit a shed, moved it off its foundation. Another ended up on the roof, and some went through the roof. A third chunk rolled into the home's mudroom. No one was injured in this slide either, but it did have residents looking up the mountain where another large rock was perched in a dangerous position.
After the first slide, Utah geologist Tyler Knudsen checked out the second rock. He was instantly worried.
There are areas where it looks like surface water is starting to erode underneath it, which every time it rains, it's probably destabilizing that rock a little bit more.
Knudsen told us back then that second rock will fall. It's just a matter of when.
Could be tomorrow, it could be a week from now, it could be another 7-10 years from now. It's impossible to tell.
Officials said back in 2010 there were several options. They could try and stabilize the rock, or they could try to blow it into smaller pieces. Former Mayor Alan Brown told us tonight the State Geological Survey never made a final recommendation on what to do, and that rock that caused so much concern 3 years ago is still on the side of the mountain. Mike?
Well, the State Geological Survey did a complete report here on the rocks above Rockville, detailing what hazard they pose to the residents. The study was released in 2011 and had some startling findings and some warnings as well. Geologist Tyler Knudsen wrote in that report, rock falls in 2001, 2002, and 2010 were preceded by relatively dry weather, and no earthquakes were recorded at that time.
Knutson determined these falls were likely caused by the effects of gravity and erosion. He then warned similar rock falls can be expected at any time and anywhere along the south edge of the Rockville bench without warning or obvious triggering mechanisms. He went on to recommend a further detailed investigation and said owners of homes in that area should be informed of the hazard in case they want to hire their own geological team to evaluate the risk on their individual properties.
And certainly this is something we are going to be working on throughout the night. We have a crew on the scene right now and another team that is heading there to bring you the very latest on KSL AM starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning. And if there are any developments that happen overnight here, we're going to post those on KSL.com.
Another story we're following.